Presentation of Scholastic Scrimmage on WPSU is made possible in part by a grant from the Pennsylvania State System of Higher Education. 14 universities providing quality higher education opportunities in more than 120 areas of study, including fields like education, business, and medical professions. Information at passhe.edu.
They come from schools all over Pennsylvania. They learn.
Who wrote the importance of being
capital of Peru?
They practice.
What species of mammal is the capital of Iowa?
They compete. Join us as they test their knowledge on Scholastic Scrimmage. And thank you for joining us here for Scholastic Scrimmage on WPSU. The competition in tonight's second game is between Dubois in Clearfield County and Lewistown in Mifflin County. I'm David Price. Teams, let's get started with your quick quiz. Dubois, you are up first. What is the largest island that belongs to the African Union? Owen.
Madagascar.
That's correct. What author's The Five Orange Pips features Sherlock Holmes? Aaron.
Arthur Conan Doyle.
Correct. What nation's 1903 secession from Colombia sped the digging of its canal? M.
Panama.
Correct. What type of ray has a wavelength longer than gamma rays but shorter than UV rays? Owen.
Alpha.
X-ray. What presidential cabinet position heads the U.S. Department of Justice? Ammon.
Secretary General.
Attorney General. And that gives you 30 points, Dubois. It is time to quick quiz Lewistown. What is the world's largest island? Max.
Greenland.
Correct. What kind of animal is Moby Dick? Lauren.
A whale.
What empire exiled Zionists from Palestine in 1915? Garion.
Ottoman.
Correct. How many valence electrons does an atom of helium have? Max.
2.
That's correct. What state's nickname is the last frontier? Garion.
Missouri.
Nope, it is Alaska. And that is our quick quiz. Current score of Scholastic Scrimmage is 40-30. It is time now to have a toss-up question that either team can answer. A correct answer to the toss-up will earn you a follow-up. Let's go to round one. First toss-up is in the category of arts and literature. What playwright wrote about Arnulf's obsession with Agnes in The School for Wives, as well as creating The Imaginary Invalid and Tartuffe? That was Moliere. Social studies, toss-up question. Need a first and last name, please. What Virginian, the 9th president of the United States, was only president for 31 days before dying in Aaron?
William Henry Harrison.
Before dying in office. Harrison is correct. Your follow-up, Dubois. True or false? The Federal Bureau of Investigation was created by Congress in the National Security Act of 1947. Zach?
True.
That is false. It was the CIA that was created then. FBI goes back to about 1908 or so. Pennsylvania is the category. It is a toss-up question. Indiana, birthplace of actor Jimmy Stewart, is the county seat of what county? Max?
Indiana County.
Yes, by chance, it sure is. Lewistown with the follow-up. True or false? Hannah Callowhill Penn, who was the wife of William Penn, became the proprietor of Pennsylvania after William's death. Max?
False.
That is true. She did become proprietor. Geography, toss-up question. The Danube River divides Romania from what Black Sea neighbor country to the south? Max?
Bulgaria.
That is correct. Your follow-up, Lewistown. True or false? Ethiopia has its capital at Addis Ababa. Max?
False.
That is true. That is true. History, toss-up question. I'll need first and last names, please. What brother of Monkey and Hulagu discriminated against ethnic Hans during the Yuan dynasty that he established and that was visited by Marco Polo? Aaron?
Kublai Khan.
Kublai Khan is correct. Your follow-up, Dubois. Who assumed leadership of the Kuomintang after the death of Sun Yat-sen and went on to serve as president of the Republic of China?
All I can think of is Chairman Mao, and that's not right.
Who should have as a president now?
Go with it.
Zach.
Hu Jintao.
No, and M, you were correct. It is not Mao Zedong. No, you are correct. It was not him. It was Yuan Shikai.
I was going to say.
Math and science toss-up question. Yeah, I just confuse everything. So this is a toss-up. What English scientist and mathematician introduced general binomial expansion and polar coordinates and discovered the nature of light and the laws of mechanics? Max.
Isaac Newton.
Yes, it was. Your follow-up, Lewistown. True or false? Some birds swallow small stones to aid in the breaking down of hard food in their proventriculus, also called a true stomach. Max.
True.
The word is proventriculus. They don't do that there. That's what they break it down in their gizzard. Social studies, toss-up question. Congress can override vetoes by the president, but it requires what fraction of a majority? Owen.
2/3.
Of both chambers, 2/3 is correct. Your follow-up, Dubois. In August 1964, the U.S. Congress passed what resolution that gave U.S. President Johnson authorization, without a formal declaration of war by Congress, for the use of military force in Southeast Asia?
No clue.
That was the Gulf of Tonkin resolution, and that was the sound to indicate the end of round one with our current score, Lewistown 70 and Dubois 60. It is time to turn to Dubois and say, you get our first fast track of the day. The rules are 60 seconds, 10 questions. Let's go. Fast track. What organelle is the site of translation of mRNA to proteins? M.
Ribosomes.
Correct. Simon Legree is the villain in what novel by Harriet Beecher Stowe? Aaron.
Uncle Tom's Cabin.
Correct. Who crowned himself Holy Roman Emperor in AD 800? Owen.
Napoleon Bonaparte.
Charlemagne. During what Republican president's term did the Teapot Dome scandal occur? Zach.
Harding.
Correct. What Italian island was the site of Napoleon's first exile? Aaron.
Malta.
Elba. The ozone layer is what atmospheric layer above the troposphere? Aaron.
Stratosphere.
Correct. Most of the streams feeding Lake Superior drain from what Canadian province? Owen.
Ontario.
Correct. What name did the CSS Virginia bear before its capture by the Confederacy? Owen.
The Merrimack.
Correct. Arrangement in gray and black #1 is a portrait of what artist's mother? Zach.
Whistlers.
Yes, it was Whistlers. Who was the... That is the end of our first fast track of the day. Zach was going painting, portrait, mother, Whistler. And you were absolutely right. And take a little break here and re-meet Zach Cole, who is a senior at Dubois. A couple of the guys have taken it upon themselves to wear tuxedos, raising the bar here in Scholastic Scrimmage.
Well, last time Punxsy had their sweater vests, and I didn't want a town that's best known for a fat rodent they keep locking a stump being better dressed than us.
Oh, calling out Punxsy. Remember, Punxsutawney, I did not say that. That was Zach. It's good to see you. Nice Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck on your very masculine tuxedo there. Yeah. M. Del Arm, it's a fashion day here at Scholastic Scrimmage. Prom time, thinking prom time. You got your prom dress all lady. Yeah, what do you got?
It's shiny silver and floor length, massive, and my friend said it looks like a fire blanket.
A fire blanket, so if you have to drop and roll, you're like Artie, you're in good shape. But it looks marvelous, right? Really offsets the hair.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah. That's good to see you. Good luck to you today. Aaron, we're not talking fashion.
No.
So what's the matter with us? You've got a musical interlude coming up in your life, and what is that?
Yes, I'm going to be playing Claire de Lune on the piano for a student showcase. Yeah.
Why that?
Because I've been playing it for a while, like trying to get it right, and it's a pretty song. I like it.
You're good to go with it. You're feeling comfortable.
Yeah.
In the zone.
Yeah.
All right. It was good to see you. Good luck today and on your performance as well. And Owen Daly, also in a tuxedo, going with a little more conservative on the stripes today. Why are you in the tux?
Well, I kind of agree with Zach that it's, we had to step it up over Punxsy because they all had their matching Argyle sweater vests. And also I figure it's a kind of a big game, so we need to,
That's excellent.
dress to impress.
That's excellent. It's the first time we've had one team call out a school that's not here. That's really good. It's good. Good to see you guys. The alternate for Dubois is Shilpi Shah, and the coaches are Barry Gallagher and Ann Smith. And it is time now for round two. First toss-up in round two is in the category of arts and literature. Who wrote an oratorio based on the Cardinal Newman poem The Dream of Gerontius, as well as the orchestral Enigma Variations? It was Edward Elgar. Toss-up, categories Pennsylvania. July 17th, 2007 marked the 30th anniversary of what event in Cambria County that killed 85 people, caused $325 million in damages, and contributed to the economic decline of Owen.
The flood.
The economic decline of a city. Johnstown flood is correct. Your follow-up, Dubois. The creation of the Kinzua Dam in 1965 flooded what piece of land that had previously been promised to a Seneca chief and his heirs forever?
I have no idea.
I don't know that.
Kinzua Valley, I don't know.
Zach?
Kinzua Valley?
No, it was the Corn Planter Tract. History, toss-up question. What founder of the city of Santa Maria del Darien later crossed the Isthmus of Panama and became the first Westerner to
Vasco da Gama.
No, finish the question for Lewistown. Became the first Westerner to see the Pacific. Garion.
Clark?
No, it was Vasco Nunez de Balboa.
You had the very first name.
The M's going, I knew that. It's just not what came out. Math and science toss-up question. Pencil and paper may help you. If the odds are 4-1 against an event happening, what is the probability, M?
1/5.
That the event does happen? That is correct. 1/5. Your follow-up, Dubois. Cytherus, Bombus, and Ipus are genuses of what pollinating insect whose declining populations are related to colony collapse
honeybee.
disorder?
Or maybe just bee, I don't know.
Zach?
Bees?
Bees is correct. Geography, toss-up question. The Owl's Head and Sylvania Mountains and the Armagosa and Panamint Ranges border what California valley? Site of the lowest point in the U.S. Garion.
Death Valley?
That's correct. Your follow-up, Lewistown. The Wasatch and Ochre Mountains flank what U.S. state capital, founded in 1847 along the Jordan River? That is Salt Lake City.
Salt Lake City.
Arts and literature, toss-up question. In the Arena Chapel, Giotto used what technique of painting on wet plaster? Max?
A freeze?
Nope. Owen?
Fresco?
Fresco is correct. Your follow-up, Dubois. Robert Jordan's big mission in For Whom the Bell Tolls is to destroy what kind of structure?
I don't know. A church, maybe?
I like church.
Zach?
A church?
A bridge.
Oh.
That makes sense.
Pennsylvania, toss-up question. What cable company that was bought by Comcast Communications was founded in Coudersport, Owen?
Adelphia?
By John Regas. Philadelphia is correct. Your follow-up, Dubois. What Pennsylvanian gained a reputation as a great free soiler when he introduced the 1846 amendment that would have prohibited slavery in any land acquired from Mexico during the U.S.-Mexican War?
Cast.
No.
That was the Wilmot Proviso. He was David Wilmot. Social studies toss-up question. In what psychological syndrome does a hostage come to identify with and sometimes even defend a hostage taker? Garion.
Stockholm Syndrome?
Otherwise known as Survival Identification Syndrome. Stockholm Syndrome is correct. Your follow-up, Lewistown. Prevenient grace, which prevents the temptation to sin, is a doctrine of what Christian group which developed out of Anglicanism in the 18th century? Max.
The Puritans.
Known as Methodism, or the Methodist. And that is going to be the end of our second round. Our current score is Dubois 170 and Lewistown 90. It is time for our second fast track of the day. Same rules apply to Lewistown. 60 seconds and 10 questions. Let's go. Fast track. All organic molecules contain what element? Lauren.
Carbon.
Correct. What author created detectives Miss Marple and Hercule Poirot?
Agatha
Garion.
Christie.
Correct. The Mayflower Compact was the initial governing document of what colony? Garion.
Massachusetts.
Plymouth Colony. Who served as the first president of the Palestinian National Authority? Max.
Benazir Bhutto.
Yasser Arafat. The ancient city of Corinth lies between the Greek mainland and what peninsula? Max.
Iberian.
Peloponnesus. Io and Europa are two moons of what object in our solar system? Max.
Mars.
Jupiter. John H. Watson was the sidekick of what detective?
Sherlock
Garion.
Holmes.
Correct. What building in Charleston Harbor was the site of the first shots of the Civil War? Max.
Fort Sumter.
Correct. In 2005, thousands of protesters in what country took to the streets to call for the removal of President Gloria Arroyo? Garion.
India.
Philippines. What German philosopher introduced the categorical imperative? Max.
Sigmund Freud.
Immanuel Kant was his name, and we've got sights and sounds on the way. We'll take a little break right now and re-meet our student scholars from Lewistown. And when we last saw our junior, Max Wilson, he was in perfectly fine health and was talking to us about all the cool things that are going to be happening this spring. And now you've got a busted wing, man.
Yeah.
What'd you do to yourself?
Well, I was playing in an indoor soccer game, and I got pushed from behind and tried to catch myself and ended up breaking my arm.
It looks like an elbow where it is.
It is right here.
Oh, man. Oh, ow. This makes my feet tingle. And then your brother got smacked in the face with a baseball about a week later.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Everybody take one step away from Max. Good to see you today. Good luck. Lauren Valdivia is a junior and is playing, hopefully, what we think is a little bit more safe proposition. What do you play in the spring?
Well, I'm playing on the boys tennis team this spring because we don't have a girls tennis team. So, and I play number 1 on the boys team.
So you're like making it happen on the boys team. Excellent. Well, good for you. It's good to see you again, Lauren. We've got a new person up here. Well, she was the alternate before, right? Sam Snook has made her way to the front of the room, is a sophomore, and about ready to take a great adventure on the way to Texas. What makes the trip so adventuresome?
My dad has grown attached to this minivan we've had since I was a little kid. It's a 1990 Previa, Arctic Blue. It's Arctic Blue, that's right. And it has 250,000 miles on it, and he will not get rid of it for anything. So we've basically decided that we're going to run it across the country until it breaks down and fly home.
Yeah, somebody give Fate a call, because there's temptation on the way. So we need to let Fate know. Well, good luck in your adventure there the rest of the day, Sam. Good to see you. And Gary and Kyler, an update on the latest situation. You were entering a tournament to do what, and how'd you do?
I entered Future Problem Solvers of America and for Pennsylvania, and I won in Pennsylvania.
You did? Congratulations. See, that's we get the best and the brightest here, and he's one of them. And we're glad to have you here as well. Oh, by the way, we have an alternate for Lewistown. The alternate is Kevin Young. And, hey, no laughing at the alternate team. And the coach is Jack Anderson. It happens every now and then. We put those up there and they laugh at them. It's time now for Sights and Sounds. First up, we've got a sound, please. What instrument? M.
Tuba?
Nope. I'll finish the question for Lewistown. The lowest pitched string instrument plays an introductory, which you just heard play the introductory measures of Schubert's Unfinished Symphony. Max.
Double bass.
Double bass is correct, and there are about 15 other things that we would accept. The most interesting one being the bowl fiddle, which never actually heard before. Sights and sounds, we've got sights. M jumping right on top of it.
Texas?
Nope. I'll finish the question for Lewistown. Home to the Atacama Desert, the flag of what South American country is seen here, with its capital at Santiago is seen here. Max.
Chile.
Chile is correct. Sights and sounds, we've got sounds, please. organist at Paris's Madeleine Church wrote an organ symphony and the orchestral The Carnival of the Animals, from which you just heard an excerpt. Aaron.
Camille Saint-Saëns.
Camille Saint-Saëns is absolutely correct. We direct your attention to the monitor for another sight. What court painter to Charles IV depicted Saturn devouring his son and showed French troops killing civilians in the 3rd of May, 1808, seen here? He was Francisco Goya. One more sound, please.
There is a house in New Orleans they call the Rising Sun.
The House of the Rising Sun, which you just heard, is an example of what type of narrative song that uses traditional melodies and are often passed down through the generations. Sam.
Folk music?
Folk music or folk song, absolutely correct. And one more sight, it is history. What man illustrated here was first elected governor of Virginia in 1776, a year after giving a speech in which he demanded, Max.
Patrick Henry.
Give me liberty or give me death. Patrick Henry is correct. That is Sights and Sounds. You just saw the score flip. It is all tied up for the final round. First toss-up in the final round is in the category of current events. In February 2009, the U.S. Postal Service suggested stopping mail delivery, Zach?
On Saturdays.
Nope. Finish the question for Lewistown. On what day of the week to save money? Max?
Sunday.
Now they decided they think they about doing it on Tuesday. Geography, toss-up question. Mona, Culebra, and Vieques are islands off of what U.S. Commonwealth in the Caribbean? M.
Puerto Rico.
It is home to the cities of Arecibo and San Juan. Puerto Rico is correct. Dubois at the follow-up. The Warrego, the Murchison, and the Swan Rivers are all located in what nation, whose longest rivers are the Darling and the Murray?
Pick a country.
Germany?
Zach?
Germany.
Australia. History, toss-up question. Arthur Griffith founded, and Gerry Adams is a leader of, what Irish party? The political wing of the IRA, whose name means we ourselves in Gaelic. They are Sinn Féin. Math and science, toss-up question. Plant, animal, and fungi are 3 of the 5 classifications in what rank of biological taxonomy? M.
Kingdom.
Bacteria, algae, molds, and protozoans are the other one. Your follow-up, Dubois. What term means having 2 chromosomes of every homologous chromosome pair?
Is it polydactyl? No, that's not it.
It's probably
Diploid.
Deploy. Oh.
You talked about it. You would have been right. It is diploid. Social studies, toss-up question. Beginning in 1876, England's Queen Victoria took what title as the ruler of India during the British Raj in that country? Carrion.
Protector?
No. Dubois. She thought she'd be Empress of India. Pennsylvania, toss-up question. What Philadelphia native served as White House Chief of Staff under Richard Nixon and Secretary of State? Zach.
Kissinger.
Nope. Finish the question for Lewistown. Under Ronald Reagan. Alexander Haig was his name. Arts and literature, toss-up question. What 1902 collection by Rudyard Kipling contains 11 tales that mostly feature animals? Garion.
The Jungle Book?
Nope. Dubois. Didn't get in, Owen. It's Just So Stories. Wow, they don't get much closer than that. That is going to be the game-ending buzzer. We will be saying congratulations to Dubois. You are moving on as one of the final 4 in Division III. I look to my left. There is one senior, Gary, and I will wish you the best for your future endeavors. And the other 3, hopefully we will see you back here. And in good health, Max, next year. And thank you for tuning in. For more information about Scholastic Scrimmage, you want to see a complete set of rules, go to WPSU.org. Be sure to be with us tomorrow night at 6 as Bishop McCourt takes on Rocky Grove. 6:30, Richland challenges Shade, right here on Scholastic Scrimmage.
We'd like to thank Jostens for providing special yearbooks for all the teams participating this year, and rings for the championship team of Scholastic Scrimmage. For over a century, Jostens has been helping people celebrate, reward, and remember the greatest moments of their lives.